Hello friends. We're gonna do things a little bit different today. If you have a camera and you don't have a macro lens, absolutely missing out. You can order an older used one off of eBay, strap that thing onto your camera, and the second that you do, every time you do, you will be reminded of why you got into filmmaking to begin with. Now the reason I'm with this microphone today is because I'm actually going to talk you through the video and give you all the technical information that you need. So let's go inside my macro lens and see what's happening right outside my door. The macro lens, look at the magic that's just sitting inside of that, and that's without taking the mushroom. Now if you look a little bit deeper outside, you'll find these frogs that were just hopping along. We had thousands and thousands of tadpoles that turned into frogs and were just hopping along outside my office. Clumsy as hell, smashing their face into rocks. I mean, it was just absolutely adorable. And this little dude would not move. I sat on him forever, so I wanted an action shot, and then boom, there's your action shot. Lunar moth. Do you guys have these where you're at? We have them down here in Florida. They are very interesting. Now this little guy was just scooting across the tile floor in my office one day, and he's pulling, I don't know what that is, some kind of dirt and nutrient-based thing it found valuable enough to be scooting along there. And there's Atari and Griff, the family animals. And one thing I want to point out about a macro lens, you can use it for beautiful portraiture stuff too. It does not have to just be for these tiny, really creepy ass shots of bugs. That thing was absolutely sinister. I mean, look at that. Why does that exist? That thing is so creepy. And these are some ants just having a feast on the cicada. And check this out, one guy crawls right out of his stomach. Good. I don't even know what it was holding. Was that a piece of its rib? It doesn't have a rib, does it? That's kind of ridiculous. And up here, this is a screen door that I'm tilting up the camera and pulling focus on to reveal El Frog. Look at the detail in that frog. You just can't get that any other way. That is a macro lens thing. But there's a beauty to the wide lens as well, right? This is a 14 millimeter, just kind of tilting the tripod in to reveal this half-eaten leaf by a culprit that is tearing apart our yard, obviously. So I think he had a little bit of karma coming his way for that, and here you go. There it is. You having fun with that? That's right, don't eat our plants. Don't eat our plants. So here it is, guys, the Tamron 180 millimeter f3.5. Bought this thing used on eBay a couple of years ago. Maybe a few years ago. And I love it. It was like 570 bucks. Is it the sharpest macro lens out there? No, it is not. Is it the fastest? No, it's not. Does it do pretty much everything I needed to do as a macro lens? Well, yes, it does. And the thing that I really like about it is that it's 180 millimeter. Most people buy the 100 millimeter Canon macro lens, which is a beautiful, gorgeous lens. Not gonna knock it for a second, but I really enjoy the 180 millimeter distance because I can be further away from things and still get a macro feel. And when you're filming some of the stuff like that crazy, wicked looking spider, I didn't want to get much closer than I got to get that kind of shot. Now with 100 millimeter, I would have had to have gotten much closer. And the other thing is that if you're a little bit further away, you're going to be able to keep those shots more in the frame. As you get closer and you're filming like macro stuff like bugs and things, they're going to move out of frame really fast. If you're further back, you're going to have more room to be able to pan and tilt. I really recommend using a tripod whenever you're filming macro because it'd be insanely shaky without that, unless you're filming in super slow-mo. With 100 millimeter, you're just going to have to get that much closer. Things are going to scoot out of frame that much faster. So I love this lens, and I really hope that, you know, I'm not saying get this lens. I have nothing to do with the affiliate. Like, I get nothing if you buy one of these lenses. But you don't need to get this lens. I'm just saying get a macro lens, period. If you want to take any of your productions and just knock them up a bump, get a couple of macro shots in there and boom, you've got it. I promise. People, there's no way that people can achieve that kind of look with their iPhone, right? You want to separate yourself from just super wide shots. Now that shot at the very end, that was a 14 millimeter Rokinon Cine lens, and yeah, wide shots feel really good too. I love all the different distances. So I think it's more common than not that you have a a wide lens than a macro lens, and I'd rather have a 24 millimeter and a macro than a 24 millimeter and a 14 millimeter, right? However, I've got both because, well, I'm a collector, a connoisseur of the lenses, and I enjoy them all. But yeah, go macro and enjoy it. I promise you'll love it, guys.